Absolutely, Trevor. You know what always kind of fascinated me? It just with Obama, it's just what does it matter if he's a Muslim or not? What does it matter if he's a Muslim or not? Well, we're not saying it even really matters. We just want to know. I mean, if you ask somebody, like my dad, for instance, if you asked my dad, tell us about your spiritual journey, he would have been very honest. Raised in the atheist Soviet Union, he went on a spiritual journey. He found Jesus Christ, and then he tells his story. There's people who you can just ask and they would gladly tell you their spiritual, intellectual journey, etc. So we know that Obama in his youth and in his childhood was Muslim. I mean, Daniel Pipes has documented all this. And so we're not even making any accusations. We would just like to ask, okay, so you were Muslim in your... I'm just wondering, has anybody ever asked him this, like on the spot? You were Muslim in your youth, then later on you're somehow a Christian. When was the conversion moment? We're just curious. Just tell us about it. And because if there was a conversion, then he's an apostate. And we know what all that means. It's just... Trevor, it's fascinating that Obama has never been asked about this and has never spoken on this.
No, well, that's right, because there is no real conversion story there. So you look at someone like David Horowitz, who you know well. There's a conversion story. He
Mm.
started out as a Marxist. He's now a conservative, and he can tell you the incidents that led to that change, and his behavior changed, and he started to attack the people he used to hang around with. There's a very clear point of conversion.
Mm.
Well, Tulsi Gabbard doesn't have that conversion point, and neither
Mm.
does Kirsten Sinema. Both
Mm.
of them are playing a game with us. If
Mm.
you don't see that, I'll accept people coming from the left if they can tell me why they changed. And I've talked to many people who can tell you. But you don't get that out of Obama, and you sure don't
Mm.
get that out of some of these other people either.
Mm. Mm.
So people play a game. People play a role to get an advantage. And if you're a trained Marxist, you can talk as conservative as anyone else. You can talk like Jerry Falwell if you want to, because
Yeah.
you are trained to follow the arguments of the other side. We
Yeah.
aren't trained to follow Marxist arguments, but they are trained to follow ours. That's how they can manipulate us.